This morning I just received the results of my first semester's finals, and luckily I passed all of the 7 exams. And I think this is a good moment to tell you about my first semester studying at the University of International Business and Economics, or in Chinese the 对外经济贸易大学, and all this in Chinese and online. The first semester is done, and I tell you straightforward, I'm very happy that I decided to study online at the UIBE in Chinese. First of all, this is due to the flexibility you have with this online studying, because out of the 7 courses we had, only 3 of them were live, Zhebo. The other 4 classes, they were all recorded, and through this you choose yourself when you want to watch these recorded classes and do the homeworks the teachers give you. And yeah, this flexibility enables you to participate, or to go to work or to do internships or to travel, as I did at the beginning. I think then I studied in Scandinavia, in Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and then also in Bulgaria, Greece and Egypt. So this was a phenomenal time where I also visited other classmates. And this brings me to the second point. It's very international. So we had classmates from Greece, from a lot of Southeast Asian countries, Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, Indonesia, but also from South Korea, from Uzbekistan, from Canada, so many countries. And then the third point is you can get scholarships. So if you want to study in China, you can quite easily get a scholarship which covers the study fees. Or even if you go to China, but currently we can't go to China, then they would also cover you or give you some living expenses and cover the dormitory fees. Then the fourth point would be that it's boosting your Chinese. Obviously, if you're studying your major in Chinese, all your classes are Chinese, all the exams are in Chinese, you will improve your Chinese level a lot. And especially in the Zhuanye, in the field you're studying, you will get to know all these important vocabulary. And then fifth is that when you're studying online in China, you will study in very small classes, which I liked a lot because it's quite personal there. You can ask teachers straight forward, or you can ask things in the WeChat groups, because we were only 26 persons, and I really liked this. And the 6th point I want to tell you, which is a big advantage and a great point, is that studying international trade, especially as a German and in Chinese, makes a lot of sense, because Germany and China belong to the biggest importers and exporters, the 3 biggest importers and exporters of goods. So I think exports, China might be the largest, and then Germany second or third. And for imports, I think China is second and Germany is third. So it makes absolutely sense and to study this, and it's really interesting. And the international trade classes at the UIBE are great as well, especially 国际贸易硕士, so international trade practices, where you learn something about Incoterms and insurances and other things, but I like this. And then also international settlement, so this is finance, where you were introduced to letter of credit, in Chinese 信用证. And I think, yes, I had a good time studying this first semester. And as I said at the beginning, I was traveling and part-time watching my courses and studying Chinese. And now I'm working full-time doing an internship, and I can still also study, and this is great. So there's a lot of advantages of this online study thing. And of course, it's not only sunshine, there's a small downside as well, and the downside is probably only 2 points which I can think of. This is first, that while we have the online classes, there's almost no discussions. So it's straight, the teacher is doing the talking the whole time. The teacher does his or her Actually, it's we have more female professors or teachers, and they just go straight through their presentations. That's a little bit sad. I would like to have some more group work or things where we discuss or try to solve a problem, but there's nothing like this. It's only listening, and some teachers maybe ask 1 or 2 questions, but that's very rarely. And the second is also related to the classes, is that from the beginning on, no one has ever opened their camera, and especially when you're online, so there's no personal interaction between the students other than if you text them or if you visit them somehow. So that's a little bit sad. Like, now we just finished all our exams, and then you can't celebrate with your classmates and maybe go to have a beer or bite you. So there's nothing like this. You have to do it on your own or with other friends. That's a little bit sad. And now let me show you how it looks like when you're writing exams in China, and therefore I will share my screen with you. Now we're inside, and let's look at this page. So I'm here at Yen Jiu Sheng Zong He Guan Li Xin Xi Xi Tong. So this means master students, general operating news system. So, and here I am at Chakan Kuchong Chengji. This means looking at your class's results. And what we can see here in this table is the Kuchong Chengji, so the results of the exams and of the classes. And we had this semester 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 classes. You don't need to look at these ones. This is for next semester. And 2021, Chiu, so this means autumn 2021. We had logistics, Chiu Wuliu Guanli, Gaoji Shangwu Hanyu, this means business Chinese. Jiliang Jingji Xue is econometrics. Weiguan Jingji Xue is microeconomics. Guoji Jiesuan, Tishu Jinging is franchise. Guoji Maoi Shiwu is international trade practices. And what we can see here is Kaoshi Xingzhi. So this means what style of Kaoshi, which is style of class test was it? It's Zhengchang Kaoshi, so normal class test, and this means online. That you have one part is online in a system where you have to tick some boxes. It could be true or false, or duo-suanti, so you have A, B, C, D, and you might choose C, D is correct, or only dan-suanti, so you only choose one. And then the second part, the other 50%, or the other percentage of this particular exam, would be a offline. So would be handwriting. You get the exercises the teacher sends to you. Then you have 1 hour of time, or maybe 2 hours or something. You write them, take a picture, and send it to the teacher. This is the second part of the Zhengchang Kaoshi. We also had once where we had to make a presentation here in Chiu Wuliu Guanli, and also record ourselves like this with us presenting. This was pretty cool. I like this. And here in Tishu Jinging, we also had like where to write a small paper, a small analysis, and no, it was not. Yeah, it was, but this was the Qizhong Kaoshi. Okay, now let's look at these 4 columns here. This is first of all Zhongchengji. This means the general total result. This is in Beifengzhi, so in percentage. Then you have Pingshi. This is like the normal attendance. In China, the attendance matters a lot during the semester. In Germany, this is most likely not the case. And in this results here you can see I only have 90. This is because the quality of my homework here wasn't so great, and the 98 is because this could be due to homework as well, but I think here I didn't attend the classes. One time I didn't attend. And Qizhong means midterm, which is also important. I think it's in the end result, this has an impact of 10 to 30% maybe. And Qizhong Kaoshi, Qimo Kaoshi, this is the final exam, the most important, with 50 to 70% count
and 4分 is the credit points you get per semester. And Jiga, so this one here, 师傅 Jiga means did you pass or didn't you pass? And yeah, luckily I passed all. But very interesting is 排名. So this means ranking. And in China, they show you what place you are compared to your other students. And you can see here I'm the 4th out of 27, 9th out of 29, 18th out of 38, and so on. And the percentage says how many students are worse than you. And now you can argue such a ranking is helpful or not helpful. Personally, I think I like to see it because it motivates you as well to some degree. But I can understand, especially for smaller children, I think it's not necessary to have this. But however, I think this was interesting for you to see. Maybe I hope so. And back into the nature.
In the end, I just want to tell you, if you are thinking about should you study, should you start or shouldn't you start studying online in China, because China, we don't know if China will open up now regarding of any development with COVID. I can only recommend to do it, to try to search for a scholarship and then start studying online, because it's great. You can learn a lot, you can improve your Chinese, and if you have a scholarship it's free as well, and you're really flexible with online. And then when China's sometime opening up again, you might also study there. But to be honest, I think it's studying in China in presence or studying online, and having all the flexibility is almost as good, or probably is as good. And yeah, however, I wish you all, especially if you're in China, happy Chinese New Year, a great Chunjie, and Nian Nian You Yu. So there are gains every year. Every year you will have more, and stay positive and motivated. Bao zhi le guan de tai du. So stay optimistic and see you again.